Brad and me.
I've had a couple things going on, so I've missed, yeah, I don't know if it's been one or two, but I've missed a few.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's
Yeah,
all right. Happens. Life happens.
it does.
So let me take a moment and take a breath and recognize that there is only God. There is one power, that is God, and it's everywhere present. And I know right here and right now, the power of God is flowing through each person who hears this or sees this talk. There is something in it for everyone. And I get something out of it. And I know each person that sees it or hears it will get something out of it. And so I know that this time is blessed in every way. And I give thanks for this good as I release my prayer into the law that says yes. And we affirm it together by saying, and so it
And so
is.
it is. Nice. You're always such
Awesome.
beautiful prayers, always.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this talk is relatively short for her stuff. And there's a couple sentences I couldn't pick up out of it, but this is less spiritual reminders, number 4. No title. And it's just, it's a whole lot of different things that are in it. St. Paul said, I pray God, your whole spirit, your whole soul and body be preserved blameless. And Jesus said, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect. Both St. Paul and Jesus are saying essentially the same thing, that perfection can be attained. We begin with our spiritual healing when we begin to have perfect images instead of imperfect ones, the imperfect ones of unhappiness, of lack, of sickness, etc. Healing, true healing, begins with an inner change. Russell said, and I quote, I don't know who Russell is, the key to spiritual healing is self control, both mental and physical. We know we must give nature the opportunity to heal our physical difficulties. Poison, poison must be eliminated from the system. That makes sense. We, we must also, and of more importance, give God complete control of our minds. We must learn to control our thinking, refuse to think of those things we do not want. We think again on that wonderful Bible quote, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, the only real change in our body must come through the renewing or the changing of our mind, of our thought patterns. Sickness, loneliness, and lack has only the power that is given it. Change your thinking and change your life. Denials, affirmations, cleansing, keep the consciousness storehouse until it is perfectly clean. If you do not control your thinking, if you do not control your speaking, if you do not control your actions, you can never obtain perfection. To stop wrong thinking is to obey Jesus, who said to go and sin no more. The magic of healing, whether mind, soul, or body, or all, is our ability to touch the hem of the garment, the consciousness of Christ. We, for the most part, get worked up and disturbed about little things. Someone that says that Mr. Smith said so and so about you, or Mr. Jones said such and such about you. Nothing complimentary. Now, isn't that their problem? Are you going to deliberately reach out and put one more burden on your back? Learn to let go. Learn not to accept that which you do not want. You see, Jesus said to not judge, didn't he? And in reality, if we are truly working with the law of love, as we should be, we cannot condemn or criticize. For we must know that each individual is doing what they are doing at the level of their consciousness, which seems right to them. It doesn't matter how it seems to us. Perhaps what we are doing doesn't seem right to them. So we must learn this. Different levels of consciousness are so important, so very important for us to remember. To deliberately change your life and yourself is to change your thinking. St. Paul said, "You know that I die daily." And that's what he's talking about. This ego stuff, outer stuff, gives way to this inner stuff, this Christ stuff, understanding stuff, a self filled with love and wisdom and joy and understanding and peace. So I'm guessing that, no, I'm not guessing. I know what he's talking about here is dying to the old, the ego stuff, and moving forward. In olden times, false beliefs and wrong thoughts were called demons or devils. Now, Jesus cast them out, remember? Now, wasn't the dead, was the cast out? The thoughts changing the thought pattern, showing how to change the thought pattern that tells you you have a weak heart, or that you have arthritis, or you have weak eyes, that you're not very good at your job, or you're not a good husband, or you're not a good wife, all of these negative things. You can't sleep, and you're always experiencing these unfortunate things. These are demons or devils. And Jesus cast them out. How? By knowing the truth. That within each one of us, there's the perfection of Almighty God. And that perfection in each case was greater and stronger than any negative quality. And he saw the perfection. He called this into manifestation. Jesus suffered not these devils to speak. He wouldn't listen to them, and we must not either. Starve them, disarm them, but in the name of the Christ, cast them out. Command that these false attachments be gone. We know that not of ourselves can we do anything, but the Christ within can do all things. There is a power within each man which can do all things. In Proverbs chapter 12, verse 18, we read, "The tongue of the wise brings healing." The tongue of the wise brings healing. Somewhere else we are told that he sent his word and healed them. So we know that our words have power, tremendous power, and especially when we are aware of it. And in recognition of this, we speak our word knowing that it has the power to do that thing that wherever unto it is sent. Dr. Holmes says we must recognize the word as power, must know that it breaks down every man-made law and cast it out. And this is true. Proverbs is a wonderful book in the Bible. And the main emphasis of this book is the need for practical wisdom and common sense. Now, as power within man, which can do all things, is the working power of God and is within each one as thought and as word. While there's only one power, we use it in two ways, either to save or to destroy. Our soul is our authority. There is no law, but that your soul has set. The law means that which will exact the utmost farthing from our thought. Do you truly want to control the events, the experiences of your life? Then watch your thinking and watch your words. To try and control your thinking by willpower you will find an almost impossible task. However, when we give our minds to God for direction and guidance, we experience results that are satisfying. We are able to give our minds to God through the practice of prayer and meditation. That has always been the first step in creation or achievement. The putting of God into words permits nothing to stop it. In the beginning, he said, God said, let there be, and there was. Now there must be faith to expect our desire to take image or form. Faith is a power that has been recognized as such throughout the ages. Those who have great faith have great power. This pertains not only to religion, but to all things. However, faith is a faculty of the mind that finds its highest expression in the religious attitude. Words of faith release a healing power in the body. It is a mind energy so powerful that a word spoken in faith causes a chemical change to take place in the body.
I agree. Sometimes I can feel it.
Yes. That is why the spoken words of Jesus healed instantly.
Ah, I see. Right. Faith, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the belief, right? Yep.
Uh-huh. Even powerful enough to raise the dead. In Mark chapter 11, verses 23 to 24, we read, have faith in God. Verily, I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart. He does not doubt in his heart. Then we realize it is the spoken word with belief. What do we give our attention to? Do we give our attention to sickness and to lack and to unhappiness? Usually we do. And so many students and people reply to me, and I'm sure I've said to many of you, that they have marvelous demonstrations and their treatments work for others, but when it comes to themselves, they seem absolutely unable to treat for themselves. And of course, you know this is true because her mind is on her problem, isn't it? If I have a headache or a backache or a stomachache or sick, I'm thinking of that. I'm not thinking of the infinite. I'm not thinking of God as a healing power. I might try to, but the physical thing within us is so strong that it's almost impossible for us to transcend it. Whereas the practitioner or minister or friend with a consciousness of healing can speak a word and transcend your problem very easily and get results. So don't condemn yourself if you aren't having success, so-called with treatments for yourself. Wash your hands of it and get some friends to treat for you, and you can treat for them, and you'll both have better results.
Nice.
It's so true. So whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and cast into the sea, and does not doubt it within his heart. Now, isn't that what we have to do if someone comes to us for healing, heart condition, or diabetes, or cancer, or whatever? That's the mountain, isn't it? Mountain of negation that they have accepted. Now, if we accept it too, then we are on the same level as the one having the problem is. And so we aren't going to be able to help them. It is only as we transcend that we can rise above and look at this for what it is. It's nothing trying to be something, a negative power in a situation trying to manifest in your life that we just don't have. So we can say to that mountain, look, get lost. Get with it. You don't belong here. Nobody wants you. You are nothing, trying to be something, and I don't accept it. I know the truth about you. The spoken word would be belief. She got kind of feisty in this particular lecture,
Yes, she did.
more than any of the other particular ones. So it's like, oh, okay, new side. Eric Butterworth, in his book Life is for Living, said, and I quote, God's intent for good in you is so great that he can turn the greatest adversity into an opportunity for growth and gain. If you want to turn from the darkness or bitterness or resentment or fear and let the divine law work for you. Unlimited power is yours, each one of you. Power over all things. That which moves this power is your thought. There is a power greater than you and which you are a part of. That power you can use to create in your experience that what you desire. There is one creator, one universal subconscious mind, or God, which creates for you exactly what you think. There's a power within each man which can do all things. The question is, what do we want? In religious science, we often speak of mind. Now, what is mind? Dr. Holmes says there is no man living who knows. By mind, we mean consciousness, the thinking mind. It is where we consciously live and are aware we are living. This is spirit, state of conscious awareness, equipped with will, decision, and discrimination. Will, that means we can choose it. Decision, we can make up our mind. And discrimination, we can see differences. Now, that is the conscious mind. The second, or the subjective mind, is used in speaking of the universal soul, and soul is subjective to spirit. Soul is subjective to spirit. This is the law, or a mental use of the law. It does not have, my words, it does not have will, decision, and discrimination. It just does. What is the function of this mind? The mind is an instrument of awareness. It is an instrument for something greater, higher than itself, which can effectively control the mind. There was a difference in trying to use the mind as a creative medium and in using it as an awareness. For instance, someone comes, let's say for healing. Now, to use my mind, I would affirm many times, you are not sick, you are well. Your body responds to these words, etc. Now, to do this, I would be working on the level of mind and thought, and I have no doubt there would be a partial healing. Certainly, the client would feel better. However, we would be working at the level of the problem here. And we need to remember that all of the wisdom we may learn or have learned is not sufficient to heal. There is that complete and perfect power within man that we can say and understand and accept perfect God, perfect man, perfect being. We must see, we must be aware of the perfection of God within. We do not heal at any time, but we do reveal the perfection of God that indwells each one. In Isaiah chapter 30, verse 13, we read, For thus saith the Lord God, Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest you will be saved. In quietness and in trust shall be your strength. Then Job chapter 33, verse 32 says, Listen to me, be silent, and I will teach you wisdom. Now, why does the Bible refer us again and again and again to the importance of being quiet? It returned to me because it is the knowledge that anyone has accumulated regarding the truth. It is the activity of truth within the mind. It is the awareness of truth within the mind, and not the thoughts of mind that set men free. I say that over again. It is the knowledge that anyone has accumulated regarding truth. It is the activity of truth within the mind. It is the awareness of truth within the mind, and not the thoughts of mind that set men free. You need to know there is something divine about us. The real man within us is birthless, deathless, and changeless. That we prepare not to die, but to live for the style of life. I think it said style, but it could have said spiral because it said always upward. That we prepare not to die, but to live for the spiral of life is always upward, which makes as much sense as style of life. So I like spiral better. And evolution carries us forward since the beginning of time. Poets have sung of the eternity of the soul. Eternality of the soul, I think is what should be there. Landon says, and I quote, I don't know who Landon is. Faith places mind in touch with the power that can do all things.
Can you say
Ernest,
that again?
Faith places mind in touch with the power that can do all things.
Right.
Ernest says mind is permanent, eternal, and real. It never changes. The activity of mind forever changes. There is always change in the midst of permanency. That makes sense too.
That does.
Mind conditioning is important if we are going to change our lives. It requires more than just to say or affirm we're going to change. We're going to stop hating ourselves, stop condemning ourselves, or criticizing or condemning or hating others. We're going to stop being unhappy. In other words, we're going to stop being negative. Jesus said, I have overcome the world. What did he refer to? I believe he referred to the world of senses, that which we respond to at the same sense level.
Interesting.
That which we see, that which we hear, etc. We must stop believing what we see and start seeing what we believe. We must
say that again.
Sure. We must stop believing what we see and start seeing what we believe. We must stop blaming ourselves or others for our present situation or condition and start realizing our true nature. Our soul, our spirit, our body. The nature of our nature is God. The nature of our soul is God. The nature of our mind is God. God works through your mind, and my mind is an instrument of God. Your body is the temple of God. Therefore, it is up to each one of us individually. Ours is the choice. What do we choose? And we must make that choice every moment of our lives.
Wow.
Within you is a power which the whole world cannot overcome. Heaven within, the power of happiness, the power of good, the power for everything we need in life. The world is a reflection of that in our mind. Ours is the power to create the conditions that our mind images. If you had a wishing ring, what would you wish for now? Strange as it seems, many people really do not know what they want. Some of us spend valuable time in endless dreaming or wishing, forgetting that mind is not at the mercy of blind chance or fate. God gave man dominion. Jesus said very plainly, believe that you receive it and you will. There must be a desire in the heart of man. And what is your desire? Health? Wealth? Happiness? In the miracles Jesus performed, each man or woman desired what they asked him for. Webster defines desire as an earnest wishing for some definite thing. if you have a problem in math to work, this gets crazy on this one too. You wouldn't just gather the figures all together and leave them to arrange themselves in a proper sequence.
No, true.
While the principle of math is there, it's still there. You have to work it. You
Right.
must apply the principles. There is one right way to solve a problem. Collier said, again, I don't know who Collier is, and I quote, "The quality of your thought is the measure of your power. The law of compensation is always at work. And remember this very important command, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Remember the poem that said, "It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." It's a poem by William Ernest Henley. Many years ago, people believed in witches. They believed that witches could tap their evil self on individuals. And when this happened, those individuals were doomed. Today, we laugh at this. It has been proven that this is untrue. However, even today, the majority of people believe in that which they see. They do not realize they are looking at effects. Here, people haven't any idea what is the cause. If we can find the cause, and only then do we control the effect. Walt Whitman said, and I quote, "Nothing external to me has any power over me." We cannot change the past, but we can determine the future. God gave man dominion. How many of us really believe in and accept this? That we have complete dominion of our lives. Jesus made it very plain that the kingdom of God was within. That only as we enter into the kingdom, that inner kingdom, would we find the peace that passes understanding. Your mind is a part of the universal mind. An important word for you to remember is to seek the kingdom of God. And that is what she said.
Nice.
Yes.
A lot of truth.
Yeah, lots of bits of truth. It doesn't seem to
Right.
have a long, coherent piece with it, but spiritual lessons, like I said, with humor thrown in. Let me gather all those numbers together and just put them in a pile. Have them sort themselves out. Put yourself in order.
It won't happen.
Yeah, and the statistical probability of that happening. It's kind of like, let me just type all the words and get AI to put them into an essay. But only use these words, not any others.
I got a bunch of good snippets, like I always do.
Yep, there was some good stuff in that.
Right. I like the way at the beginning we talked about, well, you need to eliminate the poison from your system, right?
Right. If you've got poison, you need to get rid of it. Yes.
I know.
But isn't that negative thoughts?
Right. Yes.
Those negative pieces. And they're insidious little pieces that just show up that we don't realize are negative thoughts.
The smallest things.
Yes. Right. But sometimes we can go when we're in pain or when we're doing something, we can move to that higher space.
Right.
Move throughout it. It's like, okay, I don't need to have this. Let me let this go. Let me just let this go.
Right. Right. So there was a comment along, different opportunities in life I don't know if I totally got it, but you know how every situation is an opportunity you can learn. Last night
Right.
I was laying in bed, and it's been a very interesting week, as I said before we started the call. And so I'm laying there, though, going through my yesterday, actually, just in one day, all the things that transpired and the learnings from them,
Mm-hmm.
and or maybe said another way, the goodness from it. I
Mm-hmm.
like to learn. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I really love to learn. I am one of those lifelong learners. And then
Mm-hmm.
I like to shift something that others would think negative. And in my opinion, many others would then fall in a victim space,
Mm-hmm.
right? I like to get out of that. I
Right.
don't like to be in that and think about the learning.
Right.
There always is a learning.
Yes.
There
Right.
always is. And then typically there, well, you know, I can find a positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Even if the positive thing was, it could have been extraordinarily worse. And maybe somebody came into your life that made it not be so
Mm-hmm.
bad, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's a very positive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Give our direction to God.
Yes. Give the
Yeah, seek,
control. Give the
right,
control to God.
right. And seek the greatest opportunity from anything. It's kind of what
Yes.
that was the quote I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. This
So,
this particular lesson seemed to have way more specific Bible quotes with chapter and verse.
yeah, it did quite a bit. I would agree. I like the linkages of our philosophy with more traditional Christianity. I
Mm-hmm.
think it helps in many ways for those that are more grounded in traditional Christianity to understand our thinking,
Mm-hmm.
right? And also, it's nice to see the parallelism because
Yes.
there really is quite a bit.
Yes.
I know. I like the thing about the chemical change in your body.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
almost
And
it's
I'm
almost
sorry.
as strong a chemical change as it is when you eat too much sugar. I mean, not that it's that kind of change, it doesn't feel that way, but it's almost as strong as when you've overloaded yourself with too much sugar and your body's going, "Ugh," or or you have eaten too much and your belly's going, oh, I don't want to do this.
Oh,
I mean,
I got you.
it's not that kind of a feeling. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the feeling is can be as strong as that when it shifts from negative to positive.
That is true. That is true. I work really hard at that. And I
Mm-hmm.
love this one. Don't work at the level of the problem. Work at the level of perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
review, you know, and then as practitioners, we reveal that perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yes. So I woke up yesterday morning, got out of bed, and one of my toes decided it was going to be announced that it was there and be very painful. And I've not done
Oh,
it. I haven't stubbed it or anything. I just got out of bed, and
wow.
this toe is just really painful. And I'm limping on it, not walking on it smoothly at any rate. And I'm going, where's this coming from? What's up with this? I'm getting ready to do my normal thing, which includes a walk, which I didn't do yesterday. Um, and I'm going, what? And I'm going, no, I'm not. I don't accept this. I don't want this. I don't accept it. And
That's
so consequently, the whole day, I would not think about, I wasn't even thinking about my toe at all. And every time I would get up and start to move, there would be the toe thing. And I'm going, nope, I'm not accepting this. And I limp on to the bathroom or whatever. And by the end of the day, it was significantly better.
yay.
I soaked my foot both of them, not just one. And when I got up this morning, it was fine.
Yay! Good job, mate.
But it was kind of like, what?
Yes.
Where did I come? What's this come from? I just needed an example for this talk tonight, I guess.
Right. There you go. That's what happened.
The positive reason for having the pain in my foot was so I had something to talk about tonight. There we go. So anyway.
Well, so this is kind of like supports this statement, your little experience.
Yes.
Stop believing what we see.
Yes.
Or what you were, right, what you saw, what was happening,
felt, yes.
What you felt, right. And then start seeing what you believe.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. And so you made it go away.
God made it go away. It's okay.
Okay,
I'm
fair.
happy. God is not. I am okay with allowing that divinity to flow through me enough to say that.
That's perfect. That's cool.
Yes. Anyway, that's where we are. Let me do a quick prayer, and then we can close the video, and then we can chat if we want.
Okay.
So as I take a breath and recognize that there is only God, there's only God. So everything that's out there, whether it feels positive to me or negative to me, is still God. There's only God. God is moving in and through and as all of its creation. Right here and right now, it is moving through me. It's moving through each and every person that sees this video or listens to these words. God is in me, in everyone. And it is my choice to be one with that God that's within, to allow that God to express through me in all things. It is my choice to dissolve any blockages that I might have, any negativity that I might have in my belief system, to let that negativity melt away. It's my choice to take the numbers all in a heap and straighten them out and make them into equations and descriptions that work. It's my choice to allow the principles to work through me in all that I do. And so I give thanks for my ability to choose, for my ability to allow God to move through me in all ways. And I release this prayer into that law that says yes, knowing it is complete and perfect. And so it is.
So it is.
And if you would like to make a donation to Inner Journey, I can't get my, what the heck?
Grace?
No, I'm not the words, the phone number.
Oh, the phone number.
Yes.
405
405
337
337
9739.
9739 405 337 9739. I would say you could go to inner-journey.org and there is a drop down there, but the website is going to be updated.
Woo!
Yes, I know, momentarily. Well, sometime this week, maybe.
Yay.
So that should still work. Just saying. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I will turn this off.
That was